Even in all, finally, some truth of a little bug which has been putting the whole world in lockdown for the last 2 years. Um, Various government politicians have been lying, even their medical experts, on regarding this thing. Here in Italy, there was a cover-up. First with the deaths, because the Italian Health Minister Roberto Speranza, I think it was the 31st of April 2020, had issued a what do you call memorandum. They call it circolare ministeriale. It's more of a guideline how doctors should behave with the deceased victims of the so-called disease. What is astonishing is you can do an autopsy, can do no type of tests which coroners use as usual in autopsies, and the bodies must be cremated, not buried, due to the virus. And many scenario viruses, especially when it comes to contagious diseases, corpses are burnt. The problem is, today, I haven't seen the figures, it's around about 6 million so-called deaths from this virus. But the problem is, they write on death certificate the person died from that, but the person died from another thing. For example, if it was a heart attack or a stroke, they would have written that thing, you know what word. Lockdowns, not based on scientific information, absolutely bottle crap. And now we come to the famous magic serum, how it was developed. It should have been a miracle to save our society. How it goes, these entrepreneurs, like Bill Gates and some other arsehole of the elites, were going around the world gathering public finance to develop an antidote to this thing. It wasn't created by private or funds from pharmaceutical companies. It was funded by public finance. And on the top of that, when they had the thingy bob snake oil ready, they put it out and they made billions. There are 9 billionaires in America who made their fortune on this snake oil. As I remember, a French scientist, I think was specialised in viruses as well. He said if a possible magic potion would be created and administered during the pandemic, it's not very productive for the results. Even in medical textbooks of the first year, they say you do not administrate a certain pharmaceutical during a certain pandemic of a certain virus. You usually do it before the season, October, December, that period, because practically they had the symptoms of flu, but it resulted a lot more minor. Then afterwards, when it came out, we got politicians, experts saying, yes, it will prevent you of catching it. Now they're saying it won't prevent you catching it. Dose after dose of the snake oil, your immunity system goes tits up. you haven't got much of a certain defence against any type of bug which may come along if your body is weak and you're low on anticorps. That's what basically destroys you. And obviously, there's been stories as soon as people were administered this so-called magic potion, they suddenly died of heart attacks and God knows what other things, which various governments and the complicity of the mass media tend to, hide. Now they say we have the cure for all the variants which are in the world now. Due to the first cock-up, they administrated that stuff in full pandemic, and they thought that's why it evolved in various types of variants. They created a serum which combats the old variant, and obviously they say there's other variants. It's already obsolete already, as soon as you take it or as soon as it comes on the market. And how's that possible? We've been here in Italy, or you probably hear in other countries. It'd probably be a thing which you have to take every 6 months. If a so-called inoculation against a certain seasonal virus, it should be just one shot every year and it should protect you. And the main part of the things, in general, I should say, but you have to take some every 6 months. For what? Which results your immunity system going down, lowered, and just probably destroys the whole thing, system. It makes you more weaker. It makes you more vulnerable. You're going to catch a common cold. It could be even that lethal as well. And plus, they're very secretive about the ingredients. All these so-called magic potions. They've been taken to court and said it's an industrial patent. The thing is, since when it came out, the first ones until now, they didn't had full approval from those agencies which deal with health, Food and Drugs Administrations, basically. That's in America. Here in Italy, it's called IFA. In Europe, it's the European Agency of Medicine, EMA, basically. They're coming out with outdated data about the side effects of these things, and in the end, it's just only confusion they create. While they do distract you with other things. Probably this autumn, there'll be another bug that will dig out, and it will propose you to obtain your liberty again. You must take it. You must go through various hoops, as usual. I just hope people are not sheep enough to follow these things again. They're fooled us once, but hopefully for the second time, no.